folks, Josh Arnold here today. We're going to take a look at a new product for us. This is our FenceMasters welded frame gate, but instead of the vinyl coating and the RS20 commercial grade pipe, we have a 16 gauge galvanized pipe. So it's going to be a little bit more economical for you. As far as the rest of the gate's concerned though, we're still using our #1 picket, stainless steel nails going through that, and then our #1 2x4 rails. You have the same hinge bolts going into the post, same heavy duty hinges on the gate itself. You're also going to have the same heavy duty post latch. So the big differences between the two gate models that we have, again, this is a 16 gauge, which is a little bit lighter gauge steel, and there's no vinyl coating on it. So because it's a little bit lighter gauge steel, we're going to load it up and see at what point the latch fails to operate, and then we're going to load it up even further than that and see where the gate starts to really bend and deform, and what kind of what the strength differences are between the two products, to give you a really good idea of just the differences. All right, 100 pounds. Swinging very easily still, no problem. All right, that's 300 pounds on there right now. All right, so it is hitting a little bit harder down there. Should be able to just pick it up and latch it without too much trouble. But it is starting to give a little bit. All right, so we got 350 on there right now. And we're hitting the bottom of the latch. Again, can still kind of pick it up and put it in there, but it's definitely starting to go a little bit. All right, so this is going to make 400 pounds, and that's probably going to be the end of the latch function. All right, and yes, we have the latch is just going to fail to function at this point. Get a close up here so you can see it. All right, so we know from doing the other tests that once we take this off, the gate's going to pop right back up and it'll function properly. 400 pounds is not enough to bend these gates. So instead of doing that, we're just going to keep loading it up and see at what point the gate fails to swing, and if we do have any actual structural damage on it. All right, so that's 450 on the gate. And it's still swinging just fine. All right, we're up to 500. Okay, you can kind of see in this picture how far the top hinge has slid down. So we're getting that right out of the bottom hinge here. It's actually moving a little bit. And that's where we're getting some of the down direction on the gate. All right, 700 pounds. Still swinging just fine. A little stiff. I mean, you can tell there's some friction on the hinges. So we're at 770. All right, and we're actually underneath the latch at this point. Throw 2 more 5s on there just to make it 900. All right, there you go. Looks like where we failed is up by this hinge here. That just turned sideways on us. So now we're going to take everything apart and kind of see what's going on with the gate itself. All right, so we pulled all the weight off of this and kind of put everything back together a little bit. I want to give you another shot of where everything actually failed. And the biggest culprit is this bottom hinge here. It seems to have slid off the side, or gone cockeyed, kind of. And then the hinge bolt is actually at a different angle on the post. So it's bent or pulled out in the wood. So this is the top hinge, and you can see how far that has fallen. And then that just allowed the top hinge to kick out, which caused everything to fall and drop. So we're going to throw a square on here, kind of see how far we may have gone out of square with this. And actually the gate itself is still very square. So the gate frame itself held up very well, the hinges not so much. All right, but that's not what we're testing. We want to know how much stronger the commercial grade pipe, vinyl coated pipe is than the 16 gauge pipe. So what we're going to do now is take the wood off the gate, and that's going to weaken it significantly, so we can kind of get an idea of how much stronger the pipe itself is actually stronger, since that's the only thing that we're actually changing strength-wise on the gates. All right, folks, so we did actually find some more damage on the gate after our initial test. I was getting ready to take the wood off, and as you can see in this picture, we have a fair amount of bending at the bottom hinge on the gate frame itself. So we did have some gate damage. Would this gate still be fixable and be able to swing again? Yes. Is it pristine? No. So we're still going to run the gate test on the frame itself to see where failure is, but it looks like 900 pounds will definitely break the 16 gauge gate.